Hello everybody, it's Thomas here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to discuss a topic of net worth tracking, because if you're like me, you're trying to make sense of your finances, your financial life, and understand your net worth and assets. And I suppose, as many of you, I've been trying to do this in a standard Excel or Google spreadsheet, but I've run into many limitations with this kind of manual tracking. So what I've decided to do is to spend some time on creating a dedicated application to enable me to track my financial life and take snapshots of my net worth to understand where I'm at. And I've spent a decent amount of working on the system, so I wanted to share with you and give you a bit of a run through of the application and how it works, because it's available for anyone to use completely free of charge. So I would really love you to check it out at the end of the day if it could be something that could be helpful for you. So let me start with logging into the app and give you an understanding of how it works. And I will get to the dashboards and everything that it shows you in a bit. But I suppose the first thing to show you is to how you can add your financial assets and how you can also add your debts. So basically, the app enables you to add any kind of financial asset super simply. So let's say in this case, I want to add an investment property, which is of course going to be under the category of real estate. And I can also select and give it sort of like subcategory. So in this case, it's investment property. Let's say this is in Florida. And I can, of course, assign it a financial value, and then I can also assign it liquidity. In this case, it's going to be illiquid because it's a real estate, of course. And I can add this asset like this, and it shows up here in my asset breakdown. And as you can see, the app redefines, I would say, like 99% of assets that might be relevant for anyone. So it goes from real estate to equity investments, crypto, digital assets, business equity, cash, etc., etc. There's many asset types that you can add. And with a very similar logic, you can also add liabilities. So basically any debt that you might have, be it revolving credit, housing debt, other debt, mortgages, etc. So once you fill this in, this is going to look roughly like this. And then let me go to the dashboard, or basically the intelligence that you can get once you start tracking your assets. So basically, I can see my total net worth here. I can also set my net worth goal. So let's say I want my net worth to be 10 million USD, hopefully. So I can very simply track this here. And then here, what I can see is my total assets, total liabilities, and the net worth is obviously the difference between the two. And I also have a few metrics that are important to track. So the first one is the debt ratio, which is the ratio between my liabilities and assets. My cash runway, so basically that is calculated from my cash reserve or liquid assets, and my monthly burn, and also concentration of my net worth in my assets. So basically, you can see I added this like big investment property, so that makes up right now 88% of my total assets. And in the charts, basically, I have this like historical net worth tracker graph, which sort of displays my net worth and its development over time. And then what we have here are two simple charts, basically which track my assets. So you can display these by category and in different manners, and also by liquidity. So you can kind of at glance see the percentage of your assets that are liquid, illiquid, or semi-liquid. Uh, and here, of course, you can see all the assets that you've added here. Maybe one more thing to say is that in your settings, you can add your age. You can obviously modify your net worth goal, but also importantly, you can define in a very simple manner your monthly take-home income and monthly expenses, such that the app is able to calculate your burn and calculate the cash runway. So this is WorthZen in a very quick overview. And I think what is important to say is that, you know, I've used this app myself. I keep on developing it, and it's a very simple tool. Of course, as you can see, it's right now not connected to any banks or third-party systems. It relies on manual input, but once you kind of like go through the initial onboarding or filling your assets, it's very easy to maintain it. And the reason why I did it for now this way is to keep it very simple, one purpose app that you can use without complicated integrations or anything like that. So I use it myself over the last couple of months, and I find it super helpful. So if this use case resonates with you, I'd be really glad if you could check out the app and give it a go, and also to leave any feedback because your feedback is of course super important, and it helps me to improve the application and make it ever better. So if this is something that could be of interest for you, check it out at worthzen.com. The link is in the description of the video below. And yeah, I hope it's helpful and useful. So thank you very much for checking this out, and I hope you have a great day.